Hi everyone, welcome to week 5. This week in our class is all about pronouns and modifiers. Both are essential and both are frequently used components of communication in any language and in New Testament or Koine Greek. It turns out in some ways they're used identically to the ways they're used in English. But as you've seen before, there are also some ways in which they work differently. The chapter on pronouns is pretty straightforward once you remember that despite what Mount says, you don't have to worry about memorizing or recognizing forms or spellings. Your software will do that for you. It will tell you when something is a pronoun. It will tell you when something is some kind of modifier and identify that kind of modifier by name. The chapter on modifiers may seem more challenging at first, but if you read through it, you'll see that it's just refreshing you on what a definite article is. Although in Greek, the definite article can do more than it can do in English, and you'll begin to learn that too. But the chapter is also refreshing you on what an adjective is and how they're used, and what a phrase is, and what a prepositional phrase is, and what a clause is. Any of these can modify something in a sentence and make the sentence much more meaningful as a result. So can relative clauses, which use relative pronouns. And this one may seem tricky at first, but if you start with an understanding that your software will recognize it and label it for you, it won't be hard. I'll explain more in my highlights when I talk about Mounce's chapter and try to highlight from the chapter the things that are really significant for you to remember or to understand at least. This week we'll also be practicing with phrasing again, like we learned to do and began to learn to do last week. And as we do that, looking at the structure of another two of the great I ams in the Gospel of John, the great statements where Jesus identifies himself and his character to us. This text in John 10 about the gate and the good shepherd has so much for the Holy Spirit to use to form our perception and our conception and our recognition and response to Jesus' shepherding presence in our own spiritual lives and through us in the lives of those to whom we minister. Watch how the pronouns and modifiers work to help that happen throughout this week. And remember, if you want to ask a question or just talk about the text, reach out to me. I'm glad to interact with any of you anytime.